Surprising news, the next round of stimulus checks are to be paid out to eligible households. Direct deposits worth thousands of dollars will be arriving over the next few weeks for many households as well. So you may qualify for this relief money. Now currently there are several states sending out stimulus checks. There are two types of rebates being offered to New Mexico residents. One for taxpayers and one for those who were not required to file tax returns. The income tax rebate amounts to $1,000 for joint filers and $500 for single filers. Eligible residents have until May 3rd, 2024 to file the income tax return in order to get the money. And also, approximately 6 million residents were slated to receive income and property tax rebates, with these payments commencing in September of the previous year. Maximum property tax rebates with those payments are all set to go out and equal about $300. Single individuals filing for the income rebate could get as much as $50, while couples filing jointly might be entitled to as much as $100. Families with dependents could potentially receive up to $300, and federal stimulus payments were distributed in 2020 and 2021 during the height of the crisis, but thanks to new budget surpluses, many states are continuing to issue their own tax rebates and other stimulus programs just to provide further help to households. State lawmakers of Alabama may pass the rebate plan that calls for $150 rebates for single people and $300 for married couples. Some 2 million people in the state are expected to qualify for the one-time payments. The Alabama Department of Revenue will start issuing the checks on November 30th. That's reported. Now, for those who use direct deposit, the rebates will go automatically. Other rebates will be issued via check and mail. Even the governor told people of Alabama that the bill and legislature are going to make wise investments while paying down these debts, adding to savings and returnings to the working people of Alabama. And to qualify, you must have filed a tax return at least before the end of the year. Over in Massachusetts, tax refunds are also completely sent out. Eligible filers were entitled to a refund of 14% of their tax liability. If you have not filed your 2021 return, you are still eligible by the middle of September to do so. And now in Durham, North Carolina, you will get a launch in Guaranteed Income Pilot Program, following a unanimous vote by the Board of County Commissioners this week. The county will provide $750 a month to 125 families. The families will receive $100 monthly for completing surveys about the program as part of a study. Participants must have children under the age of 18 and be or at below 30% of the county's area median income. A control group will have about $100 to spend, and the program is based on a guaranteed income program in California. And a 2021 study found that cash payments help participants with their financial stability and overall well-being, though later research found that the crisis may have reduced the impact. Fairfax County, Virginia will begin piloting a guaranteed income program for residents in zip codes, offering $750 per month to 180 families and $15 months starting in 2024. The Fairfax County Economic Mobility Pilot will provide payments to eligible households, optional financial coaching, and resources to promote economic stability. The pilot program is similar to the one in Alexandria and includes freedom of choice for the families to use the money whichever way they want to do. Now, 170 residents were selected this year for the program, and now let's just see people get the help they need.
Courage and your integrity that you are receiving all these baseless attacks on your character. So just for the record, here are the facts. It was FTC ethics official L'Oreal Pankey who owned stocks in Meta when she recommended that Chair Khan recuse herself from investigating Meta, Facebook's parent company. In contrast, Chairwoman Khan owns no stocks in big tech, not one penny.
But cooling inflation may be a sign that we're going to be able to avoid a recession. If the pace of inflation continues to slow, Fed Reserve might just pump the brakes again on its aggressive interest rate hikes that could make it so consumers aren't forced to slash their spending drastically. And if spending holds, well, we can possibly avoid an economic slowdown. So whether a recession happens or not, well, lawmakers have already agreed to provide more financial relief. Then now the Michigan residents with public pensions and other specific requirement accounts could soon see new tax breaks, and if this happens, it's good. The House has also approved a competing plan with key differences. The Senate measure passed by a 23-15 vote, with 3 Republicans joining 20 Democrats to support it. The House bill passed 67-41. The idea of just underlying both bills is the heart of the governor's legislative agenda. The Senate measure offers immediate relief to Michigan seniors, and according to seniors, this bill will help people live and work and retire in dignity. And Republicans argue that the bill only helped roughly a third of Michigan seniors, saying that most don't even have the eligible retirement income to work. And I agree. Multiple GOP senators attempted to just amend the Senate version of the bill. They said it's either going to happen or not. The Senate bill restores a tax exemption for public pensions, which was resumed under the 2011 governor, but initially Democrats proposed exemptions for this phase. And if that happens, it doesn't look too good because the school year median for lunch is $2.75. Things are going up and things are increasing. Benefits as received in taxes. That will mean a roughly $5,000 cut in annual benefits for a typical retiree, and about $4,000 less for the average disability beneficiary. Congressional Budget Office also stated that as of right now, anyone who is 65 or older will not reach today's Social Security retirement age. That's before the age of money runs out. Also, anyone who is currently below the ages of 57 and 107 today, who is still alive and collecting benefits in 2033, will be subject to benefit cuts. It's also predicted that younger workers have the most to lose in benefits. Because if policymakers fail to act and benefit cuts begin in 2033, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that people born in 1970 will experience a 26% reduction, and those born in the 80s and 90s will receive a 27% reduction. It's preventing insolvency to tax increases. It will require 18% tax roll, and now the Congressional Budget Office says that maintaining Social Security scheduled benefits for the next 75 years would require an immediate increase in Social Security payroll tax from 12 to 17%. This would mean $12,000 in Social Security taxes for the median household that has about $71,000 of income. Adding in Medicare and federal state income taxes will bring the median household's marginal tax rate to 48%. And the number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits increased less than expected last week, pointing to a still tight labor market, while the economy rebounded faster than previously estimated.
Have countries actually succeeded in using this language to defend their laws protecting consumers or workers or the environment?
It's quite infrequent. Less than 5% of the cases where at the WTO where regulations were challenged as illegal trade barriers were upheld under these necessary and legitimacy type tests. So it's very difficult to survive under these particular policy caveats. But as I said, I think it's going to be harder with digital because we have so little regulatory infrastructure and foundation upon which to defend the legitimacy and the necessity of the regulation. So as we're this is a world where we're just beginning to confront the concerns of this. And there are a bunch of laws being considered in Congress that would affect things like digital privacy and monopolistic platform practices that could run afoul of these digital trade